Hi everybody, it's 𝙧𝙚𝙖𝙡 Tarot back with another true crime tarot case. This video is going to focus on Melissa Lucio. So if you have not heard that name as of yet, please stay tuned because this is a really crazy case and definitely very controversial. First of all, Melissa is scheduled to be sentenced to death on Wednesday, April 27th. So coming up very soon, and there are still doubts of whether she is truly guilty or if she's innocent. So just some facts very quickly. Melissa is a 53-year-old Mexican-American woman. In 2007, her daughter Mariah passed away. She stated that this was due to a fall that took place 2 days prior to Mariah's death. Her daughter went down for a nap and never woke up. She says that it was due to the fall. And prosecutors and officers are alleging that this was actually due to child abuse. 2 hours after her daughter passed away, Melissa was interrogated for more than 5 hours. She denied any wrongdoing more than 100 times, but ultimately she did confess. And she later said that this confession was coerced. She was distraught. She was emotional, being that it was so soon after her daughter passed away. But this is what ultimately sort of led to her being found guilty, was the fact that she did confess to the crime. Forensic evidence showed that Mariah suffered internal brain injuries that were consistent with a fall. However, again, Melissa is being charged with the death, and there is a whole panic surrounding her execution that is coming up in just a few days. So that's what this video is going to focus on. Please remember that anything that comes out in this reading is alleged and for entertainment purposes only, and we are going to get started. Okay, so let's get started. So the Four of Swords can obviously, literally mean sleep, rest, rejuvenation. Devil card can be something obviously very awful, or some sort of oppression, powerlessness. Judgment card, being judged by the universe, having your actions evaluated. So I do feel like, yes, Mariah was sleeping at the time, and Melissa was already knowing, for what I'm picking up on, that she was somehow going to be blamed for this. Her actions are the ones that were going to be evaluated, and she could feel as though she was already going to be seen as the devil, or that something devilish had taken place. So I'm already getting that this was a major concern of hers. So what's interesting about these cards is that the sun can represent, joy, optimism, but also children. We have a child present on the imagery of the card. So it's about children, babies, vulnerability, that sort of thing. The Fool card is about taking a leap of faith. Now, if you look at this person is about to step off the edge of a cliff. So if we want to be very literal with this card, this can definitely mean, taking a step off of some sort of unsafe or even dangerous object, without really thinking too much about it. Again, a card that is connected to your inner child, that sort of free-spirited kind of energy. So basically, all that I'm getting from this is that, yes, I do feel like there was some sort of significant fall involving a child. There is something here involving sleep already. Nine of Wands is all about being resilient, even when you're being threatened, even when you're down and out, even when you know that all of the odds are against you, you still are trying to keep fighting. So still picking up this energy that when it comes to Melissa Lucio, she, again, was already knowing that she was probably not going to be believed about this fall and that all of the blame was going to be on her. But she wanted to remain resilient in the situation and keep fighting back even when they were trying to pin it on her. Like I said, she was interrogated for 5 to 6 hours, kept maintaining her innocence, said over 100 times, "No, I did not do this." All right, I want to look into why did Melissa confess to this crime? I mean, I already have my idea. A lot of people have their ideas, but why did she confess to the crime? Look at this. Nine of Wands, all about anxiety, fear, overwhelming, worry. Could even be depression. Ace of Wands reversed. And we also have the Queen of Wands. So here's what I can tell you. I feel like Melissa is usually someone that's very confident, very bold, very self-assured. But in this moment, this confession was due to her kind of feeling like all of the odds were against her already. Like I said, I'm picking up that she was already feeling this way the second that she called the cops or took her child to the hospital or whatever the case was. She was already knowing that this was going to come back on her, okay? And once she got into that confession room and had all these officers sort of berating her, it was almost like, what is the point? All the odds are against me. I'm suffering right now. A whole lot of anxiety is coming out and just all of the circumstances being against her with this Ace of Wands reversed. It's given that feeling of almost being paralyzed, and okay, especially concerning the fact that this is involving her daughter who has now passed away at this point. So I'm really getting that she was just feeling very stuck in that moment. Okay, what else can you tell me about Melissa Lucio? Why did cops want to put this on her? Tell me about Melissa. Okay, and why the Two of Cups? Okay. So we do have the presence of a male here with this King of Pentacles. I do believe that Melissa was married at the time this incident occurred. I'm not sure if the police tried to say that her husband was also involved somehow in this whole situation. But something I do want to point out is that I feel like when it comes to Melissa, even though she was involved in a marriage, involved in some sort of connection, with this Nine of Pentacles, that kind of gives you the energy of being sort of still alone within that marriage. Still having to be very independent and fend for yourself. There were some reports that had allegations that her husband was abusive toward her. So I don't know if the angle that, the prosecutors or officers tried to sort of take on or spin was that due to her own sort of abuse or, whatever she endured within her marriage has something to do with her also allegedly abusing her child. But I do feel like they had something or there was something coming out about the man that she was in a connection with. Okay, what else? Let me add. Cops think of Melissa. Okay, and look at this that also wanted to pop out. So we have off the grid, toxic connection, projecting, and cloud 9. So again, this is still focusing on, how the cops or the prosecutors were viewing Melissa and, going so hard into putting the blame on her for her daughter's death. So first we have off the grid. How I'm picking up on this is that it's almost like I feel they wanted to say that she was sort of an absent mother. Being off the grid, being MIA, not really being there for her children. Whether or not this is completely true, I don't know, but this is what's coming out for how they were viewing her. Also, there was something about a toxic connection. Like I said, I do believe that she was married, but it was also giving me that energy that this was a marriage where sort of she was still having to fend for herself, or feel like she was sort of trying to, you know, take care of the children, take care of herself on her own, very much an independent energy, or like, you know, the things that I want, I'm going to have to go and get them by myself. Okay. And this card says their relationship involves constant fighting on thin ice with each other, but trying to maintain the relationship. And again, there were these allegations that her husband was abusive, that he sexually assaulted her, sexually abused her, and all that sort of thing. We also have projecting, pointing out the action of someone else, but really they are the things you do. So I definitely feel that the police, especially on that night when this happened, they felt as though she was sort of projecting, okay, not wanting to take accountability for what she had done. I truly think that the officers did believe, you know, very firmly that she was the one that was responsible and was just trying to place blame, you know, either on someone else. I'm not sure if that was necessarily the case, if she had first blamed someone, but definitely blamed it on that fall, or just pretty much that it was not her, maintaining her innocence. And there's also something here about being under the influence of something. I'm not sure if Melissa struggled with any sort of drug problem, but that might have been their assumption, that she was under herbal influence, or this could also be, you know, alcohol abuse or any sort of substance issues or substance abuse. These are all reasons that I feel they believe that she was guilty, and probably also reasons that they have brought up in court to, you know, attempt to assassinate her character and get her charged with a crime, which they ultimately did. Hey, how does Melissa feel about these circumstances surrounding her daughter's death? How does she feel? So a lot of emotions, painful emotions, I'm getting that she is essentially just trying to walk away from now. There's that sense that something is missing, but we cannot do anything to make the situation better besides pretty much just kind of walking away and choosing to go on a different path and try to move forward rather than, you know, sort of dwell on the situation. And I actually believe that Melissa is a Cancer. We have the Queen of Cups, and, you know, the Eight of Cups as well, which is representative of water signs. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I do believe that she is a Cancer. With the Two of Wands, there's also almost this sort of indecisiveness, dissatisfaction, in regards to something. Five of Swords and the Moon. Five of Swords can be about feeling defeated, feeling manipulated, outsmarted, that sort of thing. And the Moon is intense emotions or mystery and secrets. So I really feel like when it comes to this situation, again, Melissa definitely feels as though she has sort of been outwitted, so to speak. It's almost like, you know, is the truth ever going to come out? And with that feeling of defeat also comes these feelings of resentment that I'm getting. So I feel like she just really feels defeated in the situation surrounding her daughter, knowing that her innocence, or heavily feeling that her innocence is never going to be proven. It's almost like she's just kind of, I won't necessarily say made peace with what she feels is going to happen, which, you know, is ultimately this execution unless we can get it stopped, but almost sort of like just accepted the fact that she has been defeated, she has been outsmarted, and that the real truth, according to her, is never going to come out to the public. So again, this is actually just here in a few days that she is scheduled to be executed by the state of Texas. That is set to happen on Wednesday, April 27th. I just want to take a look at that. We have mask. Okay, 1 second. We have mask, knife, What is this last card? Disco ball. Very interesting combination. So just in case you can't see this, the first card, Mask, speaks of secrets, deceit, lies, hiding true intentions, and hidden feelings. The ninth card speaks of betrayal, disguised or hidden enemies, angry outbursts, and being cut deep. And then we have the disco ball, which speaks to nightlife, fun times, parties, or social events, and exploring your freedom. If I'm going to be completely honest with you guys, I'm feeling like there is going to be some new information or new evidence that comes out that more so supports the idea that Melissa is innocent. I feel like it is going to be highlighted that not all of the evidence or not all of the information that should have been known to the public, to the jurors, to the judge, to whoever was made available. Okay, I feel like it's going to come out that there were some details that were kept hidden. I don't know, you guys. And I feel like even if she is not set free and found innocent, I am not picking up that this execution is actually going to take place on Wednesday. I don't know why I'm getting that, but that's what I'm getting. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. All right, one more. Why the Four of Cups? So I do feel that someone or possibly multiple people, whether that's an organization or whatever the case, is definitely going to come to the rescue in regard to Melissa's situation. And it's almost giving that, like, in the nick of time is when it's going to happen. Like, just when she thinks that she's going to get executed, or, you know, the public thinks this, just like that is going to switch and it's going to be called off. That's just what I'm picking up on, because I'm seeing her actually being able to move away from the situation. Now, whether that will be just temporarily or permanently, I am not sure, but I do not think that this execution is going to take place on Wednesday. So give me one card. What happened to Melissa Lucio? One card. Look at this. We have teamwork, okay? Like I said, there are so many people that are gathering and rallying in support of Melissa and trying to prove her innocence. I do feel like there is going to be some sort of teamwork that is involved, and they are going to accomplish their goal of getting that execution canceled or getting her clemency granted. This is just my belief, of course. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and we will just be waiting for updates. Once we do have an update, I will post in the comments, so please check back for that. But that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video.